Halo generasi pintar digital. Jadi hari ini kita akan berbincang dengan salah satu hiring partners kita di Singapura, yaitu Nimbu Kids. Jadi hari ini kita akan berbincang sedikit dengan founder dari Nimbu Kids, yaitu Kriti. Dan karena video ini dalam bahasa Inggris, silahkan nyalain subtitles dan kalian bisa melihat terjemahannya dalam bahasa Indonesia. Okay, hi Kriti. Thank you so much for agreeing to meet up in the short interview. Yeah, so do you want to share what is Nimbu and what industry does Nimbu operate in? And do you want to share a little bit what are you yourself in Nimbu?
Sure. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Angie. I'm very happy here to speak to you. Okay, so a little bit about Nimbu. So Nimbu is a year-old brand. It's in the kids area, so it's in the kids fashion industry. We're basically a circular, sustainable kids fashion business. And what sets us apart from other brands is that, as I mentioned, circular companies. That means anything that is bought on Nimbu website can be returned to us in exchange of credits. That can then be used for prolific pre-loved collection, where people can get unique, hand-picked, genuine outfits, authentic outfits at a great discounted rate. So that's where we clearly differentiate ourselves, that we are not just a company selling clothes, but we're actually a sustainable and responsible company, and we encourage our customers to be mindful when they purchase outfits from us. Why we started this, a little bit of backstory, right? Maybe I can share a little bit how Purwadhika has been involved in this growth. So last year, as I mentioned, it's 1 year old, right? So we've actually had one peak season so far. And that peak season was around the Indian festival, usually comes around October, November. And that is our biggest sale time because it's a huge festival and everybody wants to wear new clothes and they match with the whole family will wear the same color theme and all that. So in anticipation of that, we decided to, get some external help in the form of Purwadhika interns. So I hired my first intern from your school. I also wanted to mention that you guys are running is absolutely amazing. I did not reach out personally, because you guys reached out to me through the Glints post, right? So that's how this relationship started. So I'm very grateful that you did that, Angie, and you messaged me saying that I saw your Glints post and I'm wondering if you're looking for digital tech talent. So being a DTC brand, digital marketing is a very important aspect because that's our only way of reaching out to our customers, especially in the middle of the pandemic. There is no way we can hold pop-ups or even brick and mortar stores are outdated, right? So e-commerce is the new way and it's growing and it's booming. So that's where digital talent becomes very, very crucial for most of the DTC companies. And us being completely online, we needed people to help us with our social media engagement because we are a brand with a very strong story and purpose. And it's important that our customers understand that purpose before they buy any of the outfits, because we're not just encouraging consumption, we're actually telling them to consume in a mindful way. And that story has to be relayed in a certain fashion. And that's why digital marketing becomes an important aspect of this. So that's where Purwadhika's students have been very helpful. So the first person we hired was an intern. She worked with us for about a month, and it was my first experience having an external help. So it was a learning curve for me as well, being a small business. But I think she was of great help. She helped me organize. She gave me a lot of ideas on how I could expand my marketing channel strategy. So she's the one who suggested that I also start TikTok, which it was a platform that we were not on until then. So
Great.
She is the one who helped me set it up. Yeah. And she started the whole TikTok, familiar with it, younger, and in how the platform works, she helped me. So that was one thing that she helped us with. And also in content creation, I think you guys, the students, have a very clear idea of how social media content should be laid out. And that's something that I've noticed across my interactions with various students from Purwadhika. In every interview, I hear this over and over again, that a content pillar and a content strategy is very important before you start posting. It's not just about how good the content is, but also about how it looks on the feed and how it matches with the rest of your feed in terms of storyline, in terms of creative and the look and feel of it. So that is something that is consistent across, all the students. Sorry, I gave a very long answer to your very short question.
That was all amazing. It's all the questions that I was going to ask anyway, but you've answered a few of them. And that sounds great. And I'm really glad that our students have really helped your company and helped Nimbu grow. But with the TikTok that our students introduced, did it really help Nimbu at all?
So not yet so much, because it's still a very new channel. And after she left, personally, I'm not a TikTok person at all, and I don't even understand, how it works. I'm more of an Instagram person, I guess. It's so. And also, I think in Indonesia, TikTok is very popular compared to in Singapore, where it's still something that's growing, especially for brand engagement. It's still fairly new a platform. So I wouldn't say the engagement is high, to be honest. I think Instagram is a lot higher compared to TikTok, but I see the potential in it, and I feel that it could give us an edge in brand marketing, considering my competitors are not on TikTok yet. So now I have another student from Purwadhika who has joined Nimbu, and she's helping me with videos. So one of the KPIs that we've set for her is to create an engaging video every single day. So she is, brainstorming different kinds of content that she could post on TikTok every day to start that engagement. And I think it's been just, I think, one day so far, and she's been doing fairly well.
Oh, that's amazing. So glad to hear that. So seeing that Nimbu has grown from an early startup, how do you see the digital tech talent demand at Nimbu currently?
Sure. So Nimbu is currently it's a fashion startup, right? It's a DTC fashion startup. So for any DTC brand, marketing is a huge aspect. But now, in fact, we are expanding the vision. We are actually looking at also incorporating a marketplace angle, which means Nimbu in future will become a marketplace for all things pre-love beyond just clothes. So you're looking at strollers and baby gear and all kinds of different items that would also fall under our purview. And as we grow into a marketplace model, again, marketing will be the central strategy. So in fact, our requirements for digital tech talent will only increase. Initially, when the year started, we were looking at hiring just one person for marketing. But in just 2 months, we've realized that actually we need more. And I'm looking for multiple positions in the marketing department for the company. So one is, of course, the intern. We've already hired her, but I'm still looking for a marketing manager who has, who's completed a degree, at least, a bachelor's degree, and has some level of industrial experience. Also looking for a head of marketing who is a bit more experienced person, as well as a CMO. So I'm looking at 4 positions just in the marketing department for this year, because of the focus that it will have in the company, given that we are moving towards a marketplace model.
Wow, that's amazing. From just one intern up to looking for a CMO.
That's absolutely. Yeah. And that's just for this year, right? Marketing is going to be a very important aspect of the business. In fact, if I could accord percentage, I think the rest of operations would be 50%. Marketing alone would be 50%. And the more DTC brands I see, this is usually the structure. Marketing holds the P&L, and the responsibility is very high, because marketing teams work very closely with the product teams, with your operations teams, because it's really the need of the hour for at least for DTC brands for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So you mentioned about one intern earlier last year, and now you have another intern earlier this year. So far, how many of our students have worked for Nimbu?
So 2 so far.
Okay, so 2 so far. And we've already touched upon the quality of our graduates earlier in the interview. Are there anything else you'd like to add on the quality of our graduates?
I'm overall very happy with the people I've interviewed, as well as the people I've hired. So I've hired 2, but even those that I've interviewed, I'm always spoiled for choice. Going through the CVs, their experiences, and also after speaking to them, I mean, I've had, Angie, you would know, I've had cases where I wanted to hire, and the student got so many offers that they were deciding where to go. So it's always, I mean, for me, if I'm looking for a tech talent, I think coming to Purwadhika now is going to be one of the first few choices. Like, I would approach the school first before even posting, I think, on Glints now or any other job street channel, because I feel the quality of talent that I get from the school is so filtered and targeted that I don't have to go waste my energy in going through multiple CVs. What I get from the school, the quality of students and the work that they've done is already like it's a subset of what I would get elsewhere. And I feel the students themselves are also very passionate, because a lot of them, I've noticed, have done alternate degrees or have had alternate career pathways, and then they chose the school because they were really interested in digital marketing. So it's like an add-on. So for example, the person was an accountant before, and then they decided that, digital marketing is my calling, and then they joined the school. So that gives them additional toolkit in their repertoire. So it not only are they good at accounting, for example, so I'm getting double the benefit, right? So this person has some other experience which they can help me in terms of operations or accountancy, say in this case, as well as digital marketing. So I feel that that's great, because not only these kids are passionate on the subject, they also have alternate experiences, which makes them this whole person. A lot of them also, I noticed, have their own, either a startup or something small that they have done on the side, which it shows the entrepreneurial spirit of the students, that other than studying, they're also exploring and really putting whatever they're learning into test, which is great. I mean, for a startup, that's the kind of person that each startup would be looking for, because you're not going to be doing one thing. You're actually might be responsible for multiple things. So you might be wearing multiple hats. So the students are already comfortable with that. It just makes the selection all the more easier. But what I would suggest that the school focuses on is a little bit more on strategy as well. So while they're great with execution and solutioning, just thinking about how that execution strategy would work for the brand, taking a step into going into the details of what the story for the brand is, and that not just for socials but in other digital marketing channels as well, whether it's introducing a loyalty program or engaging influencers. So that strategy would help them structure their thoughts before they go into solutioning with the company.
Yep. Okay. So that's great. How previously you've had Indonesian interns. In future, we have expanded to Singapore, so we hope to have Singaporean interns as well, or locals interns based in Singapore. So maybe in future, if we do have any digital marketing graduates, we'd be more than happy to connect you to the students. And of course, by then we'll see Nimbu at another stage, and we hope to connect and partner with you not only from Indonesia but from Singapore as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I'd be happy to work with you on that.
All right. I think it all sums up the interview for today. Thank you so much for having me here, and I hope you really do enjoy and felt supported by our graduates and by Purwadhika. So, all right, wishing you all the best, Triti. Thank you so much. Bye.